What do you think that a pirate island definitely needs? Ships? Palm trees? Rustic huts? Or is it maybe some treasure? We just happen to have, on the left side of our island, this outcutting, which so far looks very barren, but will not stay that barren for very long. Let's start actually working on it, because what I want to do with that is to create a little cave. You know that the game has so many caves already, but we are still deciding to add our own from scratch. Ignore the hole on the left side, that's way too small, but something like that could work. Maybe if we push it a few blocks over so it doesn't directly connect like that. You know, we could do this. Why is my eye patch missing? Give me a second. Much better. But as you can see behind me, it doesn't look that much different, I know. But we have no, I think, a first idea of what we are going with. Obviously, it still lacks texturing as well as caving and everything. But I think it's a good start. We still have to work on the terraforming up here, of course. And now comes the fun part, and that is digging that cave actually out. And yes, we have torches. We are smart. Sometimes. Oh, there's a random chicken again. Gosh darn it. If we'd gotten out here earlier, we could have gotten the new music disc. Because I'm pretty sure that this was a chicken jockey. Otherwise, what would do a random chicken out in the sea? And now comes everyone's favorite time. Texturing time. Well, I don't know if that's actually true. However, it's when the magic happens. So I guess it's my favorite time. And for that one, unlike what we usually do, we will need a lot of cobblestone because, you know, it's a piratey cave. And really the key here is to make it as messy as possible, without making the texturing too busy. But it should look messy. And you know, little puddles like that, I guess, work wonders in a build like that. That process really is like sculpting. You take the blocky structure that you have, and then you chisel a little bit off here. And you add a little bit on there. And eventually, you end up with something somewhat organically looking. I think it's coming together. I've now filled in the entrance area with a lot of rock work, so we don't have just that random hole anymore. And have I created an accidental mob spawner underneath? Probably. Then outside we have a lot of cobblestone, a little bit less inside, but you can see that I don't want to say smoothed it out because some areas are still fairly rugged and there are some half slabs missing. That's, yeah, much better. But I give it more of an interesting shape. The roof, however, I mean, we have that wonderful cobblestone stairwell. That still needs a lot of work, but we will focus on that later. And you also see where where we had sand falling into the cave. Oh well, because now we need to bring a little bit of plant life into that whole place. Yeah, and it rains. Because plants need water. Perfect timing, I suppose. The easiest part, of course, is outside here, because we just need to bone meal it. And for the inside, we want to have lots of veins. We don't have many of them, but luckily, I know the exact spot where there are way too many vines. And that is outside here. I mean, that is just ludicrous. And I want to kind of have a curtain here that obstructs your view a little bit. Then some glow lichen. But before we include the actual treasure into this treasure cave, as you probably have already figured out, but that's what we are building, I guess we need a little bit of protection for that treasure, right? And what would be a piratey cave without some piratey traps? We are not gonna build something too dangerous, after all, then I would practically only prank myself. But some Small fun traps, I guess. Go a long way, don't they? That's not my redstone box. Even though it's red, I think I actually don't have a redstone box. I think that's the issue here. I just have a redstone bundle. Cannons! Yep, as you can see, I also have changed the language. Which also, staying on the topic of pranking myself, does effectively just that. Pranking myself. Oh well. Oh well. And that is a dispenser, right? And no dropper. Good. I guess a dropper wouldn't really make sense to be called cannon. And I guess the idea is just to have them there. Then maybe also put vines in front of them. So they're less obvious. Well, I kind of feel they're more obvious now, but it's fine. It's fine. We're not gonna question it, right? And here is a finished trap. As you can see, we have a barely visible tripwire, but the whole trap is staggered. So the wire is actually in front of the dispensers, and also the dispensers are slightly out of line, so that it doesn't matter if you're walking slow or maybe a little bit faster, that at least one of them gets you. That is the intention. But of course, if you know that the trap is there, you can just jump over it without any problems. And the redstone is really easy. It's just 2 redstone torches. Then we just need to close it off so that it's not quite as obvious. And you know, from the front, I mean, if there are not arrows sticking in the pillars. That's actually interesting. That wasn't even the intention to have pillars on both ends. But you know, if it weren't for the arrows, you would hardly ever see it, right? So if you're not suspecting anything, I guess you get shot. But that one trap is not enough. Oh no, we want to have another one. Ow. You may notice those suspicious slabs surrounding the square of blocks. Yeah, I've just added those slabs. Those 4 blocks in the middle, they will be connected up with sticky pistons. That's not the right way around, is it? They will be connected up with sticky pistons, and you know what follows next, right? We will of course have a hole into the abyss. I don't want that hole to necessarily kill you. I don't think that would be the style of, you know, my very peaceful single-player world. But it should make some damage, and if it's just emotional damage. And the way to activate that fall door is simply by, you know, disturbing the treasure. And now I'm effectively locked myself in. You know, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, I'm only pranking myself with that. But I guess that's fun. And by the way, when it comes to lighting, I also decided that we actually go with torches here. I know people complain about the torch spam, but in this case, I think torches are actually the right kind of illumination. And you know, with a little bit of decoration around them, perfect. Of course my pirate helm now broke due to my own blummin' trap. Why do I have no bones anywhere? Give me a second. Stupid thing. That better still work. Yeah, here we go. Much better. But speaking about traps that I constantly walk into, our treasure trap is now done. And don't tell me you could bypass such a chance of endless fortune. Of course you will stand here in front of that suspicious looking chest, but you don't pay really attention to it because you get blinded by all that fortune and you open it. And yep, despite some armor, that does quite do a bit of damage. But as that's not quite enough damage, yep, emotional damage. And once you recovered from that, I mean, you know what to do. There's a trapdoor. And then you get out onto the ocean. Because I don't actually want to trap you down there, I'm not that evil. I just want to challenge you a little bit, that's all. However, we still need to put a few of those around. Just to get the theme really going. Some of our elusive diamond ores. We don't have an emerald block down here because I just don't have enough emeralds right now at hand, but I guess that's... Gosh darn it. I guess that's okay. And maybe also some glow lichen, so it's not quite as dark. At least eventually. And now with the shulker monster removed, how does that look like? I guess already coming in with the ores in the wall, it has a very magical appearance. Of course we have that wonderful trap that I'm just not able to escape, no matter what. Then we have the lushness interfering with your view, as well as that pile of fortune. And actually, life hack. If you're standing down there, if you're standing on the diamond head, yeah, then you're safe. But all other blocks are not. Okay, now with the actual cave, gosh darn it, I know at that point you probably don't even believe me, but I'm not doing that on purpose. I'm just constantly stepping in that stupid trap. Gosh darn it. I knew that I was just pranking myself with a stupid thing. Okay. But after we did that, I guess it's now time for the outsides, because that all is looking very plain. We need a palm tree here. We need some heavy terraforming up there. A couple of more palm trees, and then how do I best show that off? Then we need something up here that has to do with bone blocks. And actually more than just in one sense. But let's start with the simple part of it, the terraforming. And there you have a palm tree. And for some reason I never thought about, you know, adding some heads to the cave. Which would probably make sense. Oh, gosh darn it. That blummin' trap. I know I built it myself, so there's no one really I can blame for that. You know, I guess there's a story that gets told. Good. I've added another tree up here. That was just to open. And then we have a cobblestone path leading down to our cave, and I didn't do too much. You know, just smoothing it out a little bit. Here we have our path of shame. A little bit of a backdrop wall. And then we come to the final, the centerpiece if you so will. However, as this will be quite the vertical build, I will get some help from a creature that can be found between bone blocks. Not in the overworld though. We rather have to venture deep into the hellish and hot place. That is not the summer, nope. That is the nether. Yeah, I know, that was a little bit needlessly dramatic. I'm sorry. Ouch. Maybe I also should repair my sword before we go into the nether, right? Might be a good idea. How did I never realize that combining swords this way I could get rid of this annoying bane of arthropods? Wonderful. Finally a decent sword. And I guess for that adventure, we'll exchange our pirate hat with our golden crown, while still retaining the eye patch apparently. It all makes sense. Trust me. It all makes sense. The good news is, obviously we are searching for the happy ghast, or should I rather say the sad ghast that will be a happy ghast. That obviously is a sandstone valley. What? A soul sand valley, that's what that is. But these are quite obviously old chunks, and we have ventured quite far into that direction, so there really isn't any point digging further into that direction, but rather going the other way. I kinda knew that that was coming. Great. To be out of this nonsense. Oh, and there's a poor stridey guy. All the way up here. I think that must be the first time I've seen one outside of an ocean. There's a bastion. There's a bastion. But I did not came for that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm not risking it. You can let me know if you want to see me raiding a bastion, but today's not the day. Oh yeah, baby. Hot tourist destinations. Then we just need to avoid the Endermen. You know, it wouldn't be the first time I die in the most peaceful biome of the whole Nether. Oh no, that wouldn't be the first time. Oh, and there... Oh, that's... You know what? You know exactly what I'm thinking currently. Oh god. Okay. Apparently I'm not good at it right now. That's fine. Maybe let's go a little bit deeper, where there are less Endermen. Yes! Surely we did get the disc, right? Yes! Heck yeah! Okay, perfect. And then I would prefer for no more ghasts to be spawning. At least not the angry kind of ghast. Look at us, sporting the same outfit. But he doesn't seem to be too interested. Oh well. Is there anyone else who thinks that these blocks really should be bouncy when you jump on them? I mean, really, that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. That wasn't my fault. That was my fault either. Oh, I see them blue fire, which means we're in the right place, and this is definitely new terrain. So we should find, hopefully, a sad, dry little ghastling pretty quickly. Okay, that biome is already a nightmare to traverse. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? Yeah, and of course you have skeletons in this terrain, which is literally the worst. Okay, game, just give me a ghastling. Oh, there's a hoglin. No, that's the wrong... That's the wrong creature. Just give me one of them guys and let me go home. If I can find my way back home after that, which... You know, at that point I'm not really sure about. There are very few bone structures. That is unusual. Have they decreased the number of them with the update? Or is it just bad luck because of the very destroyed terrain generation here? Maybe I'm just being dramatic right now. This is very much a possibility. I mean, there's one. And now how do you... Okay. Awesome. You see, you just have to complain. Oh, there's another fort. God, it's a massive fortress. Okay, I wanted to check out the bones over there because I think I see one. But I'm not sure if that's worth the risk. Yep, there certainly is another dried ghast. Maybe if we... Okay, first things first. I put that little guy where where they're safe. So that even if the worst thing happens, we still, you know, our mission already is successful. Even if we die. So we can't fail. That is good. Come on. I mean, of course I could, you know, just not be a coward, but where would be the fun in that? Oh boy, an ender pearl would be neat, but I mean, I have ender pearls in my ender chests. Well, I guess I just will risk it and hope for the best, right? Do I have... Wait, do I not have any... Oh, I have some in my bundle, but I don't have my bundle with me. Well... That's an issue. We could, of course, find an enderman. But I guess if we walk on top of the roof... On the rooftop of the... Yeah. Good idea. The rooftop of the fortress is surely safe. But there must be some way towards there that is not through the whole fortress. I mean, if we get down there, we can just run around, right? Yeah, I guess then we take that long route. Oh, no thank you. No thank you very much. I appreciate the gesture though. How much gravel do I have? Okay, never mind. But I have some sand with me. You know, in my recycling bin, there is sand. So, let's make a dramatic entrance. Oh. Wait. You cannot? Are you kidding me? Since when is that a thing? Well, I guess we just have to find a spot where there is netherrack. I mean, that is just rude. That is just painfully rude. Okay, there's a blaze, which... Oh god, I almost walked off. You know, the biggest danger... That's myself. No hostile mob. No neutral mob. No terrain generation. No block. Just my little elven self. Give me my sand back. Hi, friend. I don't have my shield in hand, so please be kind to me. Okay, everything is fine. Everything is absolutely fine. Now we just need to find the other happy ghast and then I'm out of here for real. Because that is just... nonsense! Yes, fight each other! You skullheads! Okay, and now where is the other guy? Surely somewhere around here. Oh, I guess it was down there, yes. Does sand here land? Oh yes. On soul soil it's fine apparently. Oh, of course. Oh, it's floating. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I'm panicking now. What have I done? I'm still not used to my new keyboard. I'm telling you. Because it has an additional row of special key buttons on the left side, which absolutely throws my orientation off. Okay, then there's also a wither skeleton, which I don't really fancy to provoke. There really is no need for that. Guess I will just get this guy and then I'm out of here. Because that was, honestly, enough drama for one day. Yep, about that. Die, skeleton. Yeah, just bow that guy. I don't need another disc. And someone is shooting at me. Oh, there, that guy. Have you not burned up? Did you really came back out of the flames? Rude. Very rude. If nothing out of the ordinary happens, I'll meet you right back home, where it's safe and warm, but not hot. And we made it out. Oh, I can't even put in words how happy and glad I am to be back home, out of that hellish dimension. Let's put one of the gastlings into the museum. How about putting it a bit hidden away? You know, like you would find them in the real Nether. The real Nether. And the other one will of course be brought back to life. Okay, how do we get out of here? I guess that's our quickest way, probably. I mean, I should know, I built that damn thing, so... And now, what do we need to do with those guys? I think it's just... to have them soaking in water, right? So we do this, and then we do that. Yeah, that's everything we need to do, hopefully. Alright. But with that out of the way, quite literally, or rather in the way, it's time for what you see, or not yet see, behind me. And that, if you listen carefully,
build me in a time lapse.
Calls for a time lapse. So lean back, kick up your feet, and enjoy. There's our friend. It hatched. Hi, dude. Do you see me? Oh, yes, it does. Aww. Isn't it adorable? What should we call it? Yeah. Where are you flying to? Come with me. Don't go into that scary cave, please. That's not for little gastlings like you, is it? No, don't go in there. Don't you dare. Come with me. Luna. Luna's what I gonna call you, because you shine bright. Despite being straight out of hell. I was about to leash her to a tree or something like that, but I guess we make an experiment and see if we finally have an intelligent mob in that game that doesn't walk away on its own and search for death like, you know, pretty much everything else in that game does. Do we have trust in Luna? Maybe. She's very cute though. Alright, back to the time lapse. And there you have the skeleton guarding the cave. And yes, I didn't build it out of bone blocks after all, as you probably are aware before I even made the change that, you know, bone blocks, there isn't a lot of variation in terms of shape. So we used pale oak, by now, looking at what I've built in this world, probably my favorite wood type, even though officially that's still spruce. For obvious reasons. However, that skeleton dude still needs a little bit of pep, a little bit of texturing, because so far it's pretty plain. Even though, you know, he has a good pose. Standing there diagonally and having his head rotated a little bit, a very good pose, if I do say so myself. However, seeing as Luna is once again trying to get into that cave, which she is not allowed to, you don't go into that. No! No! Luna, get out of there! That's dangerous! Thank you. I don't want to get you hurt. You understand? So stay out of that cave. Aw, she's just so cute. Hello there. Come with me. But the reason we got Luna, of course, is to help us with that build a little bit out. Because you see, we could of course use scaffolding for the texturing, but that's just annoying. And once she grows up, that will all be a lot easier for us. However, in the meantime, that means waiting, and I have no clue how long that actually will take. Luna, where are you? Where are you going? Oh, there you are. What are you doing under the fence? But that reminds me, what happened to the turtle? Oh, they must have hatched. Because the eggs are gone. And we have more turtles? They're just... Okay, that's... There were 3 turtle eggs. Yep, just 3, not 4. Don't ask me, don't question it. You stay out of that cave. Little lady over there. We had 3 turtle eggs. We have 4 turtles. We had 4 turtles before. There's rotten flesh over there, but that doesn't... Well, I guess... That didn't work out. Sure. Let's try that again, maybe. Yeah, let's try that again. Mission: get more turtles. And where's Luna? Luna is... What the heck is her obsession with that cave? I mean, she is flying, so she cannot really trigger the trap, but still. I don't want you in there. It's dangerous for little gastlings like you. Do you understand? Probably, but understanding and obeying are 2 very different things. Luna? Yeah, you know that I don't want you in that cave. I guess she's trying to guard it. Which I shouldn't be mad about, right? She has grown up. Oh boy. That is such an odd sight. Alright, I think it was 3 leather at the top, 1 wool block and 2 glass paints. And we have a black harness. Okay, where is she? Luna? Where are you gone? There we go. Alright. Bye? Have you not forgotten something? Luna? Hello? Come on! Don't let me down here! Isn't there something you can attract them with, like snowballs? Okay, surely this will work now. Luna, where are you? Are you coming down or not? Ooh. That wasn't the intention. But let's go to sleep first, because otherwise my turtle eggs will get trampled again. Here you are. No. How do you... Can you not feed them anymore? Sorry, Luna, I didn't mean to. Just don't know how you work. That's all. That's a lot more challenging than I thought. Ah, here we... How do you... Ugh. How? Here we go. Ah. Alright. And... Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. We are breathingly fast. But that kind is amazing. And then we slowly but surely finally arrive where we need to go. We maybe can do things. It sounds a little bit like a villager when you dismount, you know? When you abort a deal. Okay, and how do you get safely down? Yeah, I guess that works. Okay, you stay put. So much about that. but I guess I can't claim I'm surprised. And now you see we have those regular wood blocks of the pale oak, where you have the dark gray border, which we can cover up with glow lichen. Of course, you now may ask, why do we have those borders in the first place? Well, that's fairly simple. If Luna, where are you going? If we look towards the front, you can see the reason is because the mouth as well as the eyes, I want to have a dark background, and as the whole head is just 4 blocks wide, that is the best solution I could come up with. But really, if you don't look too closely, I guess that actually works wonderfully, doesn't it? One problem I'm noticing with a happy ghast, as useful as it is, because of its size, it can be quite tricky to maneuver around a complexly shaped build like that. Okay, come on, Luna. I don't have all day. Yep, that's surely not a mob for the impatient ones. Okay. Now, all that is still missing here are 2 palm trees framing our skeleton friend. And they will hopefully be a lot less of a pain with our ghastly friend. Let's call him Seabird. Isn't he wonderful? With his pirate hat that you might have seen somewhere else. I mean, it's a bit different. Has less gold in it, but exactly the same skull. Wielding his fancy dagger, looking straight onto the ocean, ready to take on anyone who tries to enter the cave to steal the treasure. Oh yes, I love the area. And with that, I guess our pirate island is pretty much complete. There might be small adjustments I will make in the future, as there's still a bit of cleaning up to do in this world. So if you have any ideas, anything that I definitely need to do, then make sure to let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today on this fun adventure of trying out many new things that I've never really done before in this game, including some new features, like you see underneath me. And if you want to join me again next time, then make sure to subscribe. And I will catch you as we continue with this beautiful island, because time flies if you're having fun.
The story around it is that I abandoned the world for quite a long time, since I had a hardware crash.
Build me in a time lapse.